as I climb 200 stairs to get to a sleeping cat statue here at the Tōshogū Shrine, I wanted to start off by saying that we began the day by checking out, eating our Lawson's breakfast like we usually do, just typically a couple pieces of bread. Had that in a parking lot that was about 1 kilometer away from here. The reason being is that leaving the hotel, we ran into the festival again. And I'm beginning to think that this festival is the reason why there's so many people here. It's not that bad, but it is more people than I thought I'd see here. And there are a lot of tour buses here. I mean, and it's a Thursday, so like that's kind of surprising to me. But that being said, the festival also caused all the parking lots in the shrine to be closed. And because of that, I had to park a distance away. Whew. Quick break. I think about halfway up. Whew. Anyhow, so the first thing we did was we drove to the parking lot that we could find and walked all the way over to the famous bridge that's here. I'll just put the name on the screen. Wasn't really interested in the bridge. The only reason I went was because Mom went and she said to go take a look at it. And now that she's not here with us, I thought I'd go ahead and complete that for her. Aside from that, we walked over across the street to the World Heritage Stone and took a couple of photos there. From there, we walked over here to the shrine. This shrine is massive and super different from most of the other shrines that I've been to. I need to go to Ise still. I'm kind of wondering what the difference is between this place and that. But this place is gorgeous, surrounded by these conifer trees, or I think that's what they're called. They're not actually pine trees, is what we read. I'll have to go read the sign again. But as there are tons of people coming now, you can see the stairwell just has tons of people. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up right here. I'll check back in at least once more. I want to get this part in because I'm about to swap lenses here to a longer lens, and I won't be able to do these type of talking heads as easy. But yeah, back in a moment. Go right ahead, Lynn. All right, so we are here at Futarasan jinja, or shrine. And I'm just getting in people's photos ways. We have walked from the main Tōshogū shrine, which that was fantastic. Like, as busy as it was, we were able to go do so much. And the ticket, I feel that they didn't do a good enough job explaining it to everybody, what they were buying when they were buying the ticket. Because at 1,600 yen, it's pretty steep to get into the temple and shrine. And it was interesting because, like, a lot of foreigners were complaining about the price because it's higher than almost any other shrine we've been to around here. But then they're not going to all the things because we were seeing people leaving without going to the second part of the ticket, which was another shrine. I'll have to put the name on the screen because I have no idea what it is. But there is a shrine that you go in with a screaming dragon, and as you enter the place, they tear the ticket again. So there's a second part of that ticket, which we just saw a lot of people leaving with that second part. And you look straight up, and they explain to you that it is the main hall for the Tokugawa family to, I'm sorry, I'm getting those two mixed up. This one was a hall that they would go and pray at, just regular. It's on the side, and it's known as the Screaming Dragon because only in one part of the hall, which is directly underneath a dragon's head, if you look straight up, there's a dragon painting that when you clap or hit two pieces of wood, which is what they were doing, it makes an echo. And then you go 1 meter to the left, 1 meter to the right, 1 meter forward, back, anywhere, and the echo disappears. It's really interesting. And he really did a good job of like demonstrating how it works. Now, that was on the side. Before we went there, we went to the main Ieyasu Tokugawa shrine where his family would come and pray for Hideyomi, Ieyasu, and it was Mikoto something. There was 3 families that would go and do their main prayers there. Now, both these shrines, we weren't allowed to take any photo or video at. Thus, there's no B-roll of it. But they're really interesting to see. All this other B-roll that you're seeing is just the rest of the temple that we were walking around. So, like, when we went up through the napping cat door, which I don't actually think I took any footage of it, but I do have a photo of the napping cat, so I could throw that up. We went up the mountain to the resting place of Tokugawa Ieyasu and saw his jetty kind of thing. It's like there's a monument in place of where he was buried. And then came back down, went to the main shrine for all of the families, then went to that side shrine that I was just telling you about, came down, saw the pagoda. Oh, I'm sorry, no. Before we left the place, we went to the most famous thing that Tōshogū is known for, the 3 or the monkey stories with the hear no evil, see no evil, and do no evil monkeys that are on the placard, which I have to say they just must have renovated because they are bright. Like, they stand out really well. And then from that, we left the Tōshogū shrine, saw the 5-story pagoda again. We saw it on the way in, obviously, because as it's in the entrance of the shrine, and then we walked over to the Futarasan jinja or shrine, and that's where we're at right now. Walked through. This place is pretty amazing. There's actually part of the Yayoi Festival coming along where we met Greg from Life Where I'm From, and that was really cool. We chatted with him for a short bit. That was really neat. And then we walked over into the main part of this shrine where, in all honesty, it's not that fancy. The name to fame here is the fact that this is one of the oldest shrines in Japan, and that it has the remnants and the showings of Buddhism and the Shintoism as one, because back in the day both religions were actually kind of friendly to one another, so the temple would also have shrines in it, which is why you see that kind of here in Japan. It wasn't until the Meiji area where they split that up, and so you stopped seeing both symbols at either a shrine or a temple. Because this place is so old, they actually have both symbols still around, showing that there was at one time a friendly relation between Buddhism and Shintoism, which is pretty cool. There are a lot of games here, I noticed. That was really weird. Things like a woman right over here doing a rope toss, and then over, can't see it, over there there's a hole inside a gate that people are trying to throw balls through, which I'm sure all the more power to you. But this place is fantastic. The Yayoi Festival is going on right now. I think they're about to do their march, so I think I'm gonna go hop over there and see if I can get some footage. But yeah, we'll check back in a moment here. I think after this, we're gonna go to one more museum and then lunch. So, back in a sec. And welcome back. We are sitting in front of Rin'nōji Temple. It's right behind me right there. And we walked over here from the shrine that had the Yayoi Festival going on. Lynn and I are super tired. Like, I guess this is the 3rd day, right? So it is, yeah. So jet lag's catching up with us, that's for sure. Our legs are really tired, but then
it's mainly the amount of walking.
I think, yeah, we walked a lot today so far. And again, this temple didn't allow you to take any photos or video on the inside, so I don't have anything from the inside of it. But that doesn't mean that it wasn't worth it. It was actually absolutely gorgeous. We walked up. It's kind of funny to find out how people don't know that all these things are not connected, and that if you're going to buy a combo ticket, to make sure you know what the combo is that you're buying. So an example would be, I did buy a combo ticket from this place because I know that I want to go see a mausoleum, I think that's how you say it, after, that's connected to this place. It's also a Rin'nōji Temple. And so we purchased the ticket and got like 300 yen off because of that, which is kind of cool. I will say, true to my beliefs, most of these places do not accept credit cards. And Lynn and I have been over that like time and time again. And now I'm like trying to see if anything takes like a Suica card or an IC card. I try to use that as a payment, and I definitely need to go pull more cash out because I'm worried that I don't have enough for a hotel that we need to pay straight cash to. That's a story for a different day. When we get there, we'll see what happens. But walking through this temple in itself, you hand them the ticket. There is a visitor's path and a prayer's path, and this temple, it has like these crazy 3 large Buddhas inside. Sorry, there's one Buddha and then 2 cannons. One is for journeymen, and what was the other cannon for, Len? There was there was Buddha in the middle. There was the traveler cannon that had the 40 arms. Oh no, that was the one with the horse. Yeah, that's right.
Horses on top for the travelers.
To eat bad omens and stuff. Okay, and then there was the god of 1,000 wishes that had the 25 or 40 arms that have 25 wishes per arm, and that was really cool. And then you go down and they have a whole museum area of different statues of Buddhas and monks from the area. The main monk being the Shodo Shuin, which we've actually read about before. It's a monk that's famous for conquering Mount Nikko, meeting Canon, and being able to attain enlightenment and coming back and helping spread the word of Buddhism here in Nikko, building these temples and whatnot. One big thing about Tōshogū, the temple that we first went to, that I didn't mention in that video, is that those are the most glitzy, like glamorous gates of any temple here in Japan. And maybe in the world? I don't remember actually seeing any other gates like that are absolutely just that gorgeous. The gold and like the silver that cover it, they're literally plated. It's a very, very rich temple. And there was a very funny tour guide as we were coming in saying that they're making arm over fist or whatever, hand over fist, in the amount because they charge 1,600 yen to get in. So far, this whole area has just been gorgeous. I understand why people like coming to Nikko. I'm pretty happy that we came. I don't think I have to come back though, is the thing. The thing is that Lynn and I have been comparing Nikko to other places in Japan that we've been to. Yeah, it reminds us of many other places where we're like, oh, this is like Shikoku, or oh, this is like Hiroshima, or oh, this is like Okayama, or oh, this is like Kyoto. It's neat, I guess, that they have all those different experiences here. There are certain things that are just of this area, like the pine tree laden pathways. Those are pretty cool, and that's apparently something that's only here in Nikko. I guess we'll find out as we go to Sendai and Yamagata, or Miyagi and Yamagata coming up here. But yeah, overall, it's been a great trip. We ate some snacks off of the festival stalls on the way over here from the shrine, and so it was just a good time altogether. I got a little bit of footage of what we got. I was just hungry, so I just kind of just dug in. Yeah, we just kind of ate, didn't really take any photos or video, but it's just your typical festival stall food. So good times all around, and we still have a few more things today before we're going. I feel that we've done a lot today so far. At least it feels like a lot. Maybe it's because we walk so much. Yeah, we'll check back in a moment here. Welcome back from one Tennoji Temple, the sanbutsudo Taiyū-in. This is the temple that has the Mausoleum Iemitsu, Iemitsu, I believe. I'll correct myself on the screen if I'm wrong. Unfortunately, the mausoleum part where the body is actually closed for renovations or repair or something. But you were able to get up quite close and get into the main blessing area, I guess you could call it. The one thing I will say about that is that, again, no photos, no video. So we weren't really able to catch all that much. The path up there and down is pretty crazy. There's a lot of stairs. I mean, this whole temple network is on a mountain, so you should expect slopes. But that being said, we have finished up here and we're just getting ready to leave now. This is it for Nikko. We're done. We're going to be going back to Utsunomiya, getting onto a train and going over to Chiba. So we actually have a lot of travel ahead of us, but this has been real fun. I think we have one little surprise before we get to the station though, and then it's back to the main part of Japan for everybody, I guess, right? Chiba, Tokyo. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. This place is amazing. It's a great day trip, at least from Tokyo. Yeah. Lynn's saying this is a full day trip.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's typically what people do, is they take a day trip up here and come out to this area. So
it's definitely like a weekend.
Yeah, this Matsuri was a crazy thing to run into. But
YouTuber? That's cool.
yeah, and then running into Greg, that was weird. I mean, it was amazing, so just different. Cool. But yeah, we'll check back in a moment here. And welcome back. We are at the Nikko Michi no Eki. This is a somewhat unique Michi no Eki, being that it is in the center of Nikko, which that's different in the fact that these are supposed to be along freeways and whatnot. This one is definitely not. Reminds me of the one that we went to in Kochi, but that was also kind of like a mixture of a Michi no Eki and a farmer's market. This is very similar in that sense, and we were able to hop inside and grab some goods. We're actually kind of snacking down on them right now. Here is some strawberry milk, which Tochigi is famous for strawberries, which Nikko is in Tochigi, the prefecture. We also got a strawberry beer, which I'll throw in the fridge tonight at the hotel and then drink it tomorrow. And then some snacks for the train ride back. We got some fruit sundae with strawberries, a fruit tart, and then, don't want to lose trash.
There's a geocache at the.
And then some strawberries. So we'll probably enjoy the strawberries at home because I feel like we should wash them before we eat them. But they had the red and the white strawberries. So the red strawberries with white seeds and the white strawberries with red seeds. So we'll give that a shot in a second, or when we get to the hotel later tonight as a little snack. I also got a tea just because I'm thirsty. I realized I haven't really drank all that much today and I feel dehydrated. Hopefully that'll go away with just drinking some more liquids. The strawberry milk's alright, yeah?
Mm-hmm. It's like they liquefied strawberry and tossed it in some milk. Got a very intense strawberry flavor that's actual strawberry. No.
Yeah. Not like that candy.
It doesn't taste like strawberry milk.
Yeah, it doesn't have that like Nesquik. Yeah, exactly. So it was just very different when we were doing that, which I noticed immediately, but it's good. I'm thinking all of this is going to be decent. So we're just going to finish up here. We're actually a little bit ahead of schedule, so we're going to return the car a little bit early. Maybe I have a ton of trouble getting gas. That's what I'm worried about, is like I need to fill the car before we return it. So I'll do that, and then we'll go get dinner and water at the station. Lynn, I don't think I mentioned this, found one of those natural springs that puts out some like delicious water. It's actually at the station. So we'll probably go and top off our water bottles there.
It's a crowdsourced app. It's a crowdsourced app that tells you where to find water fountains or public water fountains. And they tell you, like, you'll usually find them at parks, train stations, and, like, specialty areas, which, like, they didn't specify, but it was, like, loosely translated. And so the closest one to us was actually at the train station, and it even shows a picture of what it looks like and what you're supposed to look for. And it was in the, like, plaza. Like, it's in the station actually has a really cool, like, plaza terrace square type dealio. And so you go inside a building, and it's, like, right next to what looks like a hotel, like, registration or whatnot, but it's actually just, like, public space. Like, it's pretty cool. Like, I filled up my water bottle twice there. So, but yeah, it just says, like, free tap water, reduced plastic, and it's got, like, a little symbol of a dude. But yeah, there's an app online that crowdsources all the information for where to find water in Japan.
So yeah, should be good. We'll also get dinner at the station. It's not as fantastic as what I wanted to do, but we're actually coming back to Utsunomiya, I think, one more time. After we go to Sendai, we're going to pick up our car again from here and then drop it off in Nagano. A little foreshadowing there. We'll go ahead and check back in a moment. I think we're going to get to the car return first. That's the first thing we need to do. And then we'll probably check back in a moment. Welcome back. We are in Chiba. I'm currently at the hotel, and it is the Keisei Chiba Miramare, I think it is, and it's been a crazy amount of time since I last checked in. Last I checked in, we were at the Michi no Eki in Nikko. We drove from that to go to a gas station that was right next to the Oryx rental place, and I got a shot of the outside of the store finally. We got gas, returned the car, went to the station, and went and got the spring water that Lynn was telling me about, and it's delicious. I still have it with me. I then went and told Lynn we should go get dinner before we left. Oh, but no, I'm sorry. We actually went to the statue, the Venus Gyoza, which is pretty cool. People were all coming up to take photos of it, which is funny. And right behind it was like a actual like serious statue, like doing like world peace or something like that. And no one cared about that, which was funny. Then we went and I was like, Lynn, we should get dinner. Since we're here, let's go ahead and get a gyoza dinner. We went to a famous gyoza place called Gyoza Minmin, booked our table, we're waiting, and while we're waiting, I'm like, I'm just going to check my phone to see what the travel time looks like to get back to Tokyo and over to Chiba. And there was just delay, cancellation, and I'm like, oh shit, what's going on? And so I'm like, okay, Lynn, we got to just not eat here and just bounce, just book it, which is what we did. We went down, I went to the station office to go buy the tickets, and it was packed. Like, all the seats were full, all the counters were full, and I'm like, oh, something's going on. And so then I went over to the electronics station where I tried to buy the tickets in English, and it wasn't happening. Like, it was not letting me book anything for today to get to Chiba. And luckily, a station agent was walking by, and I was like, excuse me, I'm trying to get to Chiba. Like, what's going on here? And he was super polite, as the JR agents typically are, came over, started clicking all the buttons for me to get me over to here. And he's like, oh, it's because there's a rapid express or a rapid or these have to have like reservations and this and that. And it was just a very higher level of need to get these tickets. And I stupidly didn't get reserved seats for our trip from Utsunomiya to Tokyo, which were like 100 yen more per ticket. It's like, and the problem with that, and why I bring that up, is typically I've never had an issue with that. But because there was this problem that was going on, Lynn and I actually had to stand for like a half an hour on the train, and we weren't the only ones standing. Like, there was tons of people standing with us. It was packed. And what we found out was that there was a fire, there was maintenance, there was some guy getting arrested, there was people who had to get like a train that broke down, people would have to get off of. There was all sorts of issues going on, and thus there was so many delays. And what should have just been a simple like 2-hour ride from about like 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock turned into a journey where we didn't get here until a little after 9. And so this is us skipping our meal and everything. And so by the time we got here, it was a little after 9, I think. It might have been a bit after 9.
It was 9:20.
It was okay. It was almost 9:30. It was 9:20ish. And so we checked in, threw our luggage up here. I went down and asked, hey, what's a good place that we could go get some food at? And the person working the counter was straight up like, I don't know what's open right now. And I'm like, that's fair. Is there a Lawson's around here? And she's like, there might be a family restaurant. If you walk down towards the station, I think there's a Caesarea, which, I mean, very clearly she knew there was a Caesarea there, because that's probably the station she comes from to get there. And so we walked down. The Caesarea was open until 11, and we were there at like 9:45. Got seated and ordered our food. We got, Lynn got a garlic chicken with regular sides and then a garlic bread. I got a hamburger with demi-glace sauce with the regular sides, which it's like corn, tater tots, and is that it? Yeah, corn and tater tots, right, Lynn? Yeah, and then mine also came with hot wings and shrimp, and I just shared all that with Lynn. And then I also got a side of rice. And then because we're at Caesarea, like, one of the things that I do like getting there is the pasta. So it was either that or pizza. I wasn't really feeling pizza, so I was like, hey, let's go ahead and get the pasta. And we got the tarako pasta, which is just mentaiko with cream inside of spaghetti, or mixed with spaghetti, and has seaweed sprinkled on top. That was actually, I thought it was delicious. Lynn thought it was a little too creamy. Overall, the meal was great. We also got 2 drink bars, and we just guzzled melon soda. We were both extremely tired, probably dehydrated. I'm still tired. The whole meal was only 2,300 yen, which is dirt cheap. Like, that was great. And it was, in my opinion, it was like good enough for the money. And so we ended up coming back here to the hotel, we found a supermarket on the way back, which Lynn was able to go in and kind of get some things, which is kind of cool. Found out that it is actually super inexpensive. And came back to the hotel. Speaking of which, why don't we go ahead and go into the room tour right now. Okay, so elevator's down that way. We are in room 1307. And immediately as you come in, it's full body mirror. And then we have our closet right here. Our mini fridge, which is full of stuff that we got from Tochigi. And then we have our little tea bar here. Our charging station, our clothing station. We do have a couch in the room, which is kind of cool. TV. I've not actually opened any of the drawers here yet. I don't know if there's anything in them. No. Does this open? Doesn't feel like it. Oh, this has, oh cool, they have Takubin here. If you need to ship your luggage, you can. Hotel index. That's interesting that they give you Cat 6, Cat 5 wire, because I tried using the plugs back there and they don't work. So that's interesting. Is it below? No, that is not removable. And then, like I said before, we have our couch, our 2 beds, and yeah, it is a good sign when a room has a couch. Our AC is actually modern this time, not a button, to trick us into using it and not using a heater.
God, it's warm.
The view outside's pretty good. Look around. We're actually on the 13th floor, so it's pretty decently high up, but admittedly it looks like it starts off on the 14th, or the 13th is the first floor they have available. It's past midnight because Lynn and I are super tired right now. We've already used the restroom, but it has a nice modern toilet and all the amenities. Everything is separate right here, so it's not the same sink faucet for the shower faucet. It's great. So everything in the room's looking good. Alright, I'm really tired, so I'm going to go ahead and get this back around to the other view, and we're going to kill off the night. Alright, and as you can see, the room looks pretty good. I just realized I don't have any shots of the outside. This is like kind of last minute for me right now because Lynn and I were already taking our showers. We're getting ready for bed. It's actually almost 1 o'clock and I really want to get to bed. So everything's looking good. Today was it started off like pretty freaking amazing. Like going to that festival, seeing all the shrines and temples, meeting that YouTuber, Greg from Life Where I'm From. And it was such a crazy way to end the night with such a panicked travel mode to get to our hotel to then try to figure out what we're going to eat for dinner and close it off. Other good news is that my buddy Ben has made it here safely. He's at his hotel. We were chatting for a little while, so that's all settled. I'm looking forward to going to the Star Wars convention tomorrow, so we'll check back in the morning. So have a good night and see you in the next vid.